Friday's game, Kawhi was talking about how he felt like this year there was going to be no playing around, talked about buying into a better culture. And I feel like through this last week, people have talked about not skipping any steps this year. Kind of what are you using preseason to, I guess, go over those steps, implement those steps that maybe were missed last year?
I just think, we started out the season this year at training camp. We had two-a-days, getting the mindset of we're going to work. We're going to work on execution every single day. And we're going to take this serious. And guys have bought in so far, and we just want to keep it going. We don't want to be a 1 or 2 week, 3 week thing. We want it to be a long season. And we want to have these habits the whole season and continue to keep building on them. So when we get to the playoffs, we'll be up and running.
Okay, we'll move over to Justin Russo.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. I'm doing all right. How you doing? What percentage of the offensive playbook would you say is actually installed at this point in time, and how much further do you have to go for that?
We have a lot further to go. I think, right now we just have our early offensive stuff in, after makes and, stuff like that. But we'll continue to keep building. We had a great day yesterday. And today we're just going to, try to run some of the stuff we put in yesterday on the fly and see if guys are picking it up and, come back and have a film session and just continue to keep working on it. But like I said, it's a new system, it's new players, and everyone's just trying to get acclimated to one another. So I'm just going to take some time, but, guys are working towards it. That's why we had to have a few two-a-days and just so we can, get up to speed and, just try to hit the season, hit the ground running when the season starts on the 22nd.
Okay, we'll move over to Joe Varden.
Oh,
Joe?
hope the mic doesn't work.
Hey, they're putting in a second driveway at your old house.
You said what?
They're putting in a second driveway at your old house. I thought you should know.
Yeah, well, it's big enough. They should.
I don't think you were asked this, and if you were, I apologize. But now that you've got a preseason game under your belt, was there anything that felt different or actually had changed for you from the last time that you were the head coach in a game?
Yeah, no fans. I think having no fans. I think just being on the sideline, Joe, I was very excited. Just happy to be back and, to be able to be in this position. So I was excited myself. I know, it felt like a rookie all over again, but just having my opportunity to be on the floor and in these tough times that we're going through right now and be able to coach the game I love and give me everything I have in my life. It was just an enjoyment to be on the sideline 2 days ago.
Okay, we'll move over to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. I'm okay. You hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right on. Hey, so kind of piggybacking off of Joe, do you feel like are you swamped already in the preseason with all this going on? Like, you take care of yourself? Like, how does it feel? Are you just like, is it 100 miles an hour already?
No, physically I feel great, but as a coach, you always feel like you're behind because, you always want to add stuff, but you don't want to go too fast because, we got to make sure guys are picking it up, make sure guys are comfortable at all the different positions because we have guys who play multiple positions. So we just got to make sure, we continue to get it down, continue to keep working on it, make sure we're not moving too fast, or too slow. So we just got to find that balance, of doing that. So I think we will.
And how about you? Like, do you get sleep or anything, or is this like, are you like glued to film and all that?
I get sleep. Only time I didn't get sleep is when I had to deal with Joe and Jason Lloyd and McMenamin. But other than that, I've been great.
Okay, we'll move over to Farbot.
Hey, Ty, just a quick question. You running the same starting lineup from last game, or is there going to be any kind of new experimentation?
Same starting lineup.
Okay, we'll move over to BT.
Hello, Coach Lue.
What up, BT?
Hey, look, because of this preseason being where it is, only 3 games, is there any emphasis on winning games, or is the emphasis more on just getting better so when the season starts, you're kind of at where you want to be?
My emphasis is more so just make sure we're picking up our plays and our sets and our defense, having our defensive foundation in, and be able to call plays on the fly, the guys going to be able to pick up. I think that's the most important thing. I mean, you always want to win games, but I think for us, we just have to be able to get on the same page. Guys getting familiar with one another, knowing what sets we're going to run to be able to call them out, and guys be able to get to the right spot. So, like you said, with a shortened preseason, that's the main thing we're focusing on right now, is just trying to get our offense down and our defensive foundation. But, win is always important every time you step on the floor. But I think if we get our offense, our defense set, and our foundation, I think we will win games once we start the season.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. We'll move over to Melissa.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Can you hear me? Hey, so I know it's early, but what have you seen so far from Paul George? Have you seen a difference in his approach and his demeanor and just sort of the way he's handling himself so far?
He's always been a pro, getting his work in, staying late. Now him and Kawhi have a routine that they do together. And, we went over the offense last year. He was always running full speed. We did sets, doing skeleton offense. He ran over full speed. So, he's just playing free, just playing the way he's capable of playing, So nothing really different. I just think he's excited about the season, as well as a lot of us are. Well, all of us are. And, just ready to get going.
Okay, last question is going to go to Garrett.
Hey, Ty, I hope you're doing well. I know you talked a lot about Fee before the preseason started and kind of how he looked in camp. Wondering what's out to you. Can you hear me okay?
You talking about who?
Fiondu Kabengele, sorry.
Okay.
Wondering what stood out to you about his performance in that first game.
I thought he was great, along with Daniel as well. But I thought Fee did a great job of, trying to take the challenge of guarding Trey as a tough guard on the block. And he really fought him. He was really physical. Then, running out setting screens at the 5, being a pick and pop, made some really good passes, as well. So I just think he's really, approached his training camp with a serious attitude. He's been great. And I think he's only continued to get better and develop even more.
Hey, good evening, Coach. I got a question for you. I want to know about your expectations in the development of Terrence Mann, and if you envision him as being a point guard that can get the ball in players' hands late in the games.
We envision Terrence being a point guard, for now, but I think he's just going to be a basketball player. I think he played the 1, 2, and the 3. Last year we worked on him, very heavily in trying to be a point guard, and he did a decent job with it. To be able to come out of college your rookie year and change positions, just tells you how good of a player he is. So, right now we're working with him at the backup point. We can also play some 2 and 3 as well. So we're just trying to figure him out.
Okay, we'll move on to Miriam.
Hey, Ty. Wanted to ask you about sort of the health and safety protocols that you guys are undergoing with, in addition to everything else you guys are kind of packing in. How much of a challenge is it to sort of deal with all that? Like today, obviously Reggie and Chauncey weren't on the bench with you guys. And also, how helpful will it be to have be able to dress 15 guys when that comes down?
It'd be very helpful, but all teams are going through the same thing. We just got to follow protocol as best as we can, and we have to adapt. And I keep saying it all season. We got to adapt just like everyone else, and so we got to follow the protocols and what we're supposed to do. And you can do that and it still happens. So we just want to continue to do what we've been doing and continue to keep building and growing as a team.
Okay, we'll move on to
Hey, Ty, I just wanted to ask, do you know how long you might be without Chauncey and Reggie? And also, do you wonder how this might, impact the team as far as maybe moving forward, if impacting other guys or anything like that?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to Andrew.
Ty, when you talk about being adaptable, I mean, you have those guys on your bench 2 days ago. Now that you don't, I mean, how, as a coach, how do you try to? How much time do you have to incorporate the guys and knowing that they're going to be without 2 important voices on this team? Like, how does that go from your perspective?
Just have to adapt. Just like any other thing. So, like I said, we got to adapt and just, continue to keep moving forward and try to keep getting better as a team.
Okay, and I believe last question will go to Justin Russo.
Hey, Ty, how would you assess how the team looked offensively tonight, incorporating the new stuff you put in from the last couple of days?
Not very good. We got to continue to keep working. I think about probably 8 or 9 times we called plays and we couldn't get guys in the right spot. So just something we got to continue to keep working at. We've been working all camp and guys have been staying out there trying to make sure we pick it up. But, it was a good test run for us tonight. Just, throwing some different things at the guys and see if they were able to pick it up. And sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. So we got to continue to keep doing that. And we'll be fine. So I'm not worried about it.